Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, a game in recent years having one of the biggest competitive scenes ever in the world of fighting games, but Smash wasn't in any way developed for this reason, and was intended to be a party game. Yes, all of the insane tech in Melee wasn't meant to be important. Forget your L canceling and moonwalking. Smash was designed to be a game played with your family on weekends. Yet, to this day, the Smash community strives to make all of the games of its franchise the best they can be, including Project M and the hundreds of improving Melee with Project Slippy. So, what makes Smash Ultimate specifically different from your traditional fighting game like Street Fighter or Mortal Kombat, whose franchises also have booming competitive scenes? Smash is not a traditional fighting game, but a platform fighting game. Platform fighters provide great maneuverability with dynamic stages, and in these stages, platforms. Additionally, Smash does not include combos and health bars like in traditional fighting games. The fighting game community especially hold high regards for difficulty in games, and players outside the Smash scene tend to pity the franchise for being so easy. So how does Smash Ultimate hold up to traditional fighting games? Is it as easy as people think?
The first thing to get into when talking about Smash Ultimate is how huge the roster has come to be. With the addition of Sephiroth, the roster has now reached 83 characters. Compared to other fighting games, this is an insane amount. Even though some of the characters are Echo Fighters or play alike, there's a lot of matchups to learn and play against. Going into a Smash Ultimate tournament, a player is expected to know 83 different matchups for each character they play. Even for someone who has played since Smash 64, that is a lot to learn. You should learn frame data, hitboxes, specials, weight, properties, and whatever comes in the package for that character. That in itself is pretty difficult. Let's start off explaining what it takes to learn one matchup, starting with Mario. Mario is a character that has little range but devastating combo routes. Swallowing him out with big hitboxes is a very good strategy. Avoiding his grab and up air is key to victory, as well as not getting hit with his strong edge guarding tools, Cape and Flood. Another matchup to learn is the newly added Steve. Steve is a character who needs resources in order to play a strong game. Therefore, putting on quick pressure is a really powerful strategy. Steve will try to wall you out with blocks as counterplay and hit you with minecart or anvil, which can be played around. You want to get to him before he gets good materials. Lastly, there's a character like Lil Mac who has a decent ground game and a weak air game. Strategy played against Mac is camping him because that forces him to jump and approach, making him vulnerable to attacks, which kills him early because his recovery is weak and will lead to death. He also gets camped in the air due to poor air game. You need to watch out for his smash attacks because they do have super armor. These are just 3 of many matchups to know the ins and outs of. There are many things to learn. I just covered the surface. Explaining most of these in depth would take hours.
To explain neutral in Smash, there's a big comparison to traditional fighting games, such as Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat. There are characters that zone, characters that rush, and characters that abuse gimmicks. The difference in Smash is that not all hits have to lead to a combo. You have to pressure them either up or off stage. That is how you win neutral. Players will tend to shield attacks on reaction in order to prevent this. Then, depending on frame advantage, you might be able to punish them. This all depends on how much lag and shield stun a move has. A much better way to beat shield is with grabs. Grab ignores the shield and goes through it. A smart bait for your opponent to shield is to pretend to land with a move. This will make them shield. Then you land and grab. It is also important to mention that attacks beat grab, so this is like rock paper scissors where each option beats each other. This basically sums up neutral, but keep in mind different characters have differing neutrals. Other characters have complex neutrals, some have simple ones. Wolf is a character with a simple neutral. He has a lot of good aerials and tilts, even a good projectile. His playstyle is similar to that of a sword character, but more brawly. He spaces aerials but has moves he can throw out and trade with, such as Nair and dash attack. Like many characters, he can use reverse arrow rush aerials to attack and kill you. It's simple, yet effective. There are many different gimmicks and options, but the bottom line just comes to racking up damage and getting your opponent off the stage. There are loads of characters that rely on spacing moves to force their opponent to jump or react a certain way, like shielding, or doing a certain move. Zoning is part of neutral where a character uses projectiles to force an opponent to pick an option. Link is a character who does as well. Throwing a boomerang will usually cause players on the other side to do 2 things, shield or jump. Then he could shoot an arrow to apply even more pressure, maybe hitting while they land from a jump or hitting their shield. This playstyle is simple, but can have layers in actual matches, making it into a guessing game. Players can use wave bounces and B-reverse to mix up their movement in neutral as well as adding in another layer. A character like Pikachu uses a style like Rushdown, where you jump on your opponent and put quick pressure on them. Pikachu covers himself with Thunderbolt while going in to either hit you or grab you, leading into massive damage. He can also cover airspace with his moves if you try to jump. This plan of attack is simple and makes for quick action, no real thought. Sword characters are usually deemed to have a simple, easy gameplay. The reason for that is their neutral revolve on spacing aerials. Then their combos are more of that. They definitely have more common things amongst each other making it. Sword characters space until they make a mistake or go for a risk. This closes gaps and you have to play up close. Whoever gets the hit gets the combo.
Combos in Smash Bros are very unique compared to other fighting games. In other fighting games, you connect a move and then you do a combo without any resistance from the opponent. However, in Smash, the combos you can perform can be blocked by DI. What is DI? Well, DI stands for Directional Influence. What this does is when you get hit by a move, you can hold towards a direction and move towards that direction. And for example, if you get hit by Cloud and Air, you'll get launched a certain distance. But if you hold left, you will not get launched as far. Same thing applies with all other types of directions. There is a form of directional influence called Smash Directional Influence, or SDI. This is the same as DI, but for multi-hit moves, instead of holding direction, you tap the direction in said direction repeatedly. Now, DI makes doing combos on good players harder. They will be able to escape combos that are not true, meaning they can't DI out and there are no gaps for the opponent to react and escape that combo. You have to mix up your DI, otherwise opponents can take advantage of you DIing a certain way and kill you earlier. Another unique thing from Smash compared to other games, a player can use the same combo over and over again, but in Smash, percents make combos different since they will be set at different angles, launched a certain distance at higher and lower percents. For each character, there are low percent, mid percent, and even high percent combos. This makes a wide variety of combos and strings for all characters in the game, and sometimes you don't know if a certain combo will be viable or not. However, combos in Smash are typically easier than other games. They go along the lines of a throw, an aerial, or a tilt into another aerial, simple stuff like that. There is some hard tech for certain combos such as attack cancel, instant double jump, and footstools. They're not necessary, but they can help you get an edge in combos. Attack canceling cancels a move into something, usually a jump, to get a back air. Instant double jump is a fast double jump, etc. Overall easy, but varying for different characters who have their own tech.
A way to describe advantage and disadvantage is simply how close a character is to the blast zone, or whatever character is closest. This can be any blast zone. For instance, if you were to hit someone and then juggle them up into the air, they would be in disadvantage. Same thing goes for if you combo them off stage. This is Smash's unique disadvantage state compared to other games. So depending on your percent, a mistake made in a match may be more costly. Sometimes this can cost you a stock. So when you get put into these scenarios, you have a couple of options to put yourself on the ground. Your first option is whenever you think that your opponent is going to hit you next, you can air dodge. This will make you invincible, but leave you open to attacks if timed poorly. Going for an air dodge can be a risky strategy, as if someone reads you, it could be struck down. One of your other choices is to DI to make the combo harder, but DIing in the wrong way can kill you sometimes. It is also good to mix up your DI, as if they know which way you are going to DI, they can abuse it, and hit you towards a blast zone, and it will be too late. Your goal is to get back onto the stage and continue neutral. It's another rock, paper, scissors game. Your punishment is getting hit into the blast zone and dying. This style makes going for risky option more dangerous as you can die at an early percent, and they can reverse the situation if they go closer to the blast zone. Risk reward is important in Smash. Giving up a stock to get a kill might be worth it if you're at low health. Towards the top blast zone, depending on the character, they can have a lot of ways to mix up how they can get back down to the stage. Reversing special moves can result in a change of momentum combined with jumping and air dodging. Once again, a big rock, paper, scissors to get a kill. It is very important to weigh risks to prevent making a dreadful decision afterwards. Recovery is an aspect of Smash Bros. That can be completely new to a fighting game player. A fighter's recovery is the way they get back to the stage after being launched away from it, either vertically or horizontally. The baseline recovery all fighters have are at least 2 jumps, and their up special or another special move used afterwards to make it back to the stage or the ledge. However, characters who use their jump prior to being knocked off the stage are forced to use their special resource earlier, and may not make it back, also making them more susceptible to edge guards. In categorizing good and bad recoveries, mix-ups and how many options they have also come into play. So let's start off with some bad recoveries then. Players criticize characters like Dr. Mario and Ganondorf for their recovery. Ganondorf has no way to mix up his recovery, it's way too slow. He can drift back to this stage and then use his up special, and he can also mix up the timings of up special, but it doesn't really matter, as it's way too slow and opponents usually have time to hit all of his options. He also can't cover a lot of distance. Dr. Mario has better mix-ups, but he struggles to cover the same distance due to jump height and up B height. Now that we've gotten the bad recoveries out of the way, Pikachu can cover big horizontal and vertical distance in many ways. Skull Bash goes insanely far horizontally, so that is not a problem. And it also goes exceedingly far vertically. He can also change the direction of his up special in many angles, and do it twice, allowing for many mix-ups and options for his recovery. Lastly, air dodge is another good mix-up tool to be used. Some characters can even use air dodges to move upwards similar to a third jump. Mixing up timings and moves is a big part in recovering, and moves that stall you in the air will help, as well as having moves with big hitboxes so if someone tries to strike, they will instead get attacked, or having moves that are invincible. A good player knows many ways to get back to the stage, making sure their jumps, air dodges, and moves are perfectly timed.
Edge guards and ledge traps are also a part of being an advantage, so everyone knows what an edge guard is, right? It's when character A goes off stage and hits character B so he can't come back. That's basically it, except you have to be good in understanding how your opponent is going to recover. To put it in more broad terms, are they going to go high or low? High meaning over the ledge and low meaning under it. Going low is usually a safer strat as it's harder to hit the player as they go to grab the ledge. If they can't hit towards the stage, they can tech, and grabbing the ledge makes your character invincible, except for the first 2 frames of initially grabbing the ledge. There you can get hit. That is dubbed 2-framing in the Smash community. If your opponent times the move correctly, they can attack you. If you were to choose an option to go high, however, they could swat you out of the air easy or read an air dodge and smash attack you. You generally want to mix these up, and it should make it harder to edge guard you. When your character returns to the ledge and ledge trapping begins, at the ledge you have 4 options. You have get up attack, roll, stand, and jump. This is again RPS. Getting around the enemy and back to stage. That is your goal. Each option has its weakness and strengths. Get up attack will hit the person at the ledge. Jumping will get you over opponents, etc. Very basic. Ledge trapping isn't that complex. It can be stressful at high percents to pick the right option. Target your attack in the air if you think they're going to jump. If you think they're going to stand, target them right as they get up. And if you think they're going to roll, wait and attack the opponent when the rolling lag frames have finished. Every character has a unique option to worry about at ledge as well to be scared of.
To conclude, Smash Ultimate, despite its misunderstanding, stands out against other fighting games with its unique attributes in gameplay, techniques, and strategies. And along with this, there are hundreds of matchups to learn, making competitive play challenging in lots of different ways. On top of that, a player needs to understand how to play an advantage and disadvantage in order to close out stocks, using edge guarding and overall good reads to take the tide of the match over an opponent. To excel in Smash Ultimate, a player has to know not only the broad concepts of the game, but also be familiar with the many scenarios that can come to them in a match, whether it is against a Pikachu, Joker, Game & Watch, or even the newly added Sephiroth. Always be ready for anything in Smash.
Thanks everybody for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe. If you liked it, like it again. This was our opinion, our take on if Smash Ultimate was hard. Hope you liked it. Hope you share it with your friends. And